uhwe ejuma church ayeno. In fact, we should rather be paying them rather than they paying us.
Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the videos be a trendy on social media. Now, I can't be a Ghana for asonimu. And then some Ghana for Kanyana and say you go explain tire, no evidence. Now, and saying Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia himself on one casano or two various regions. Out in the Tilimupo, near my party, say there's also a mate in Tiamana Quinano. Now, may a driver, and I a Ghana on fire quetry. Neswa yesu, amania famu, near my atutumu, near my moya deno, emu to me, I am ready. I may no go piemu, ewa, sorry, dem, no honor den send because to just say, Yasha Ghana has say ya, any jay, a sorry for an answer for various churches no. Bebrena airborne Muhammadan schools so musi hospitals charity works or moye and conform more boom the omoye ni nyina na wosen ka ban timi hwe na uti omoka instead of senke bete omo tax na we no or ansan because of question baby sa no e wo asori dem na sansem we and akodwen sempi na e di abam wa wantie sansem ne bi pen no say and Bawumia e de todwa.
Then the question is church and taxes. Are we going to tax churches? My view on this is simple. In fact, that's why I say that if you share a Juma church ayeno, in fact, we should rather be paying them rather than they paying us. Unless you don't understand the work the church has done. If you're looking at the buildings, the way they try to keep the society together, the universities, the hospitals, the schools, it's massive. It's just massive. Many churches have hundreds of schools. Massive. So I don't see, and I will not have a situation where we are taxing the churches. We rather want to give churches incentives to support what government is doing. I want us to be partners. In the way that the development partners are with us, you are our domestic development partners, and we will give you incentives to do more.
Caroline the guitar marketing and as masna medin send me a baba sumum obesogunya nimdie e wode guitar business entrepreneurship modia and me pacho akwanyano and abasese so betumi any omo akasa no more coaches and mentors so mobe guide na won so business no to me create the guitar platform at amano empo woni business na percent kwamba wan kasa be faso e bi o business online na wonya so faso ani nimdie bebra ni nyina no omo be chiro ye wo video wo honoma ya shada to ya bo achechi niema mu ni nsemu a ye de be ma oni nyina aka ho na hye so say o register beginning the free workshop and aye e de ama me no kase betime book you sport e wo mo website so www.carocase.com na won so wabuki sport e wo ho na so betumi afra mo numbers na go screen so na anu mo e de nkomo nchemu bia wo pebia no nya bisa won sa betumi akasa nchemu no na Dr. Bawumia e de nsem ekoto dwa no ene Ghana ha say die e trendy year pants intaba wo painti e na wo kasa ana say ya ade a ye to aban ma na ka ne policies mo beye e de abo various churches and the debate various political parties no obia e tre na adwe e de fa na Dr. Bawumia say ba bi mu say sending some no kan ekotie baaye no Ghana for antenas na amanfo bi atwe na no asibon na Bawumia betu asori for ka o and asori for ne ebe mo musika say na akoye ensem bebi nto no wanka sending some no kan no wode mu nchiremu abeye yentie no emra.
I also want to have a golden age of a relationship between government and the church and faith-based organizations. I believe, and I said this the other day when I was, I think, in Bono region or so, when I met the clergy, I said that the church is the foremost development partner of government. Is the foremost development partner of government. The church and faith-based organizations. Why do I say so? You look at the number of schools the churches have built. Look at the number of hospitals the churches have built. Look at the number of universities the churches have built and the faith-based organizations have built. Look at the number of people the churches and faith-based organizations take care of on a daily basis. Can you imagine, just take a thought for a moment, that you wake up tomorrow and all the schools, universities, and hospitals the churches have built disappear. They just disappear. How would Ghana be like? Ghana will collapse, isn't it? We will not survive in this sort of situation because there will be chaos. You see, so at that point I was joking, and I said, "Oh, people are talking about taxing churches. I don't believe, and we will not tax churches, because if you look at the work the churches have done, then I was joking, then maybe we should have actually paid them for what they did, not really trying to tax them. But I wasn't really saying we should pay churches. No, I'm saying that we should give incentives to churches to do more. When we talk about our external development partners, we are giving them all sorts of import exemptions. But when we talk about our internal development partners like the churches or faith-based institutions, we don't give them any exemptions. But they do more in terms of development than many of our external development partners. So I'm saying that we should do more in the area of incentives, such as tax exemptions on import duties when you are coming in to build hospitals or schools and so on, to support the churches and the other faith-based organizations, because they are supporting government. And that is why I made that point. And I want that relationship, I call it a golden age, between the church and the state, because the church has so many intellectuals, and we need to get closer across the faith-based organizations and so on, and we can speak a lot about values in our society, the lack of which causes us problems. And we can start discussing these right from primary school and so on. And so that's the sort of relationship I want us to have with the church, to have a discussion on the management of our schools and so on, which they have a lot of things to do in them.
Way and ancient for Franka Sai Vice President Dr. Bawumia Edi Ababetuja Sene some no di kan be kan no Ghana for enyantia seni na no cross sense cases to say ye share various churches no mo bom homodin ye pa e wo Ghana has incentives be able to me da mom na akenya wo mo and as a government be to me no mo partner said the be ye nema bi omo ye ni mpuntunwuma bi betum di aba no etumi aba ama youth no ye ho so ahenhan we and Dr. Bawumia na numa sem bi ma science ho edi aba best door-to-door shipping and American for their mouse so wa UK na when you maybe I ship the aba Ghana say entade and paboy denia di cars TV ade bi ship ye no betimi the best deal for edin san so na oniema no on ba fair through doorstep e the amount now ma ship the aba Ghana time e be ma no eso a on sabe kana somdwuma problem bia Emma ho Ghana person kofa ni maybe e UK emra also betumi eno medin komode o hia bia no mbehwe so no matoto ama onsa ka e Ghana senti from na ne mu eni enkomo Dr. Bawumia ne nsem no de mu nchiremu aba he go explain taya anase we di eto asom wetumi a kire wadwen e comment section so de wodwen e fa ho bia foforo bia free hoba ye be san so e da ba som se de temidin eni ka kire akosema kramunyana
ye fem na kwa me taxi driver na enkane na misisi so misisi ama kame na to na twetweme binya 3p garlic misa no aboa me pa that's a miracle bi wadro no just mafu no kra se die sia twemi ankasa me humi esi so me humi ana esi so obeka se die bibi hye me so bi no na ye normal mi bi ne kunu mi ti pa me sa 3 days ni na edo na ankasa de nyankopon de ayi bi ahodi che ma yi bi nyasam ketwa ana se we de me fro aka so na me fa hye me nkwa no
me de abe fa 3 years ni ana asem gina ho a me na mu sisinya hye me kwa me de ameko bi amu so much medru aba 6 years ni o sema sisi am ye ma je se ene me jai na yare na nku me preko ene 4 days ana me koto 3 garlic mixture no say ma me kase yankupo no yam say ende ya me no kase me ho atom ya me din wa me ntia hye
3P garlic mixture ubenya bi wo mamu pharmaceutical shops and herbal shops Fred Piwak e wo 02489288824 and 02010000002